What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm really excited to sit down and do this interview because I get a chance to interview someone that I've had the pleasure of working with. I know some of the intimate details of her story, but I want to really capture and have a chance to share this really cool and fun and amazing story of what it takes to really build, grow, and scale a business, and also to essentially start a business over completely. So today I'm going to be sitting down with Tara of the Cove Massage Studio based in Cambridge, Minnesota. And I just think this is going to be a really fun conversation. And so the first thing I want to do is just to get some context about you and your business. So can you describe your business as it is today?
Sure. Thanks for having me, DJ. So today we have five massage therapists, one esthetician, and three front desk staff. We have a three-room building with a couples room also, and then just kind of an area for break room and reception and stuff. So, yeah.
And so I want to get into how long have you been in a business, or just walk us through a little bit. We'll go back and fill in the pieces as we go throughout this conversation, but just walk us through the overall branch of you and wellness and how your massage business has changed over time.
Sure, yeah. I have been a massage therapist for 15 years. I started when I went off on my own, I started as a solo practitioner about 45 minutes from home and stuff. It was a bigger city, so I figured I'd get more clients down there. And then after about 2 years of being solo, I just kind of decided like I missed working with coworkers. I like the hustle and bustle of the other places that I work. So I decided to branch out. I moved my practice up to Cambridge, Minnesota, where we are now, where I live, and decided to expand. I took on more practitioners and just people who could offer different things that I can. And probably about 6 months in, we hired an esthetician too, and so that's been great. Things have been on the upswing.
And so I want to talk a little bit about your journey. It's very common for people to work in massage as a second career or something that is an add-on to what they've been previously doing. Was it that led you into massage and wellness in the first place?
Um, well, so it's the whole thing's been kind of a long and winding path. Um, when I was younger, it sounds weird, but I had always kind of thought about becoming a massage therapist. It just kind of sounded like a relaxing job and like you would get to help people in like just a fun way. You get to the root of their problems and things like that. Before I decided to go to school for massage therapy, I went into graphic design and stuff. And so I took courses in that. I didn't end up graduating with that degree, but just it was kind of something I had on the side that I was always a little bit interested in. And then probably about goodness, probably like 10 years into my career as a massage therapist, I decided like it'd be kind of fun to start building websites and creating like social media content designs and stuff. And so from there, I had that little side business, just did a few websites. It was nothing too serious or anything like that. And then that kind of gave me the confidence starting that first little tiny business and stuff to go off on my own as a solo practitioner and then to eventually move into this. So yeah, it's all kind of built upon each other in a weird way and stuff. So once I opened this business, I knew how to design my own website, make it, and it's helped me with social media content and stuff as well. So yeah.
And I absolutely love it. Anyone who's listening or however you're consuming this, we'll make sure we'll have your website linked because I do think there's a lot of thought and intention to the visual design of how you've put your website together and your social media presence. And I think that background really shows through in what you do today. And so you've taken this, you've gone, you decide to start doing massage on your own, still as a solo practitioner. What was that first year of business like?
It was pretty good. I'd say it started slow for sure. I was in a little business suite where I was on the second floor of a building that didn't have an elevator in it, so it wasn't ideal for all my clients and stuff. Um, and being in the bigger town and stuff, I did have access to quite a few clients and everything. It was just about, Facebook ads and marketing that way and stuff. So I was staying kind of consistently booked. I'd say like 60-70% most of the time, but it was nice because I could have a very, very flexible schedule too. So that it was there were pros and cons and stuff for sure. And then yeah, as time went on, I did get quite a bit more busy. I'd say most of my clients from down in that area came from within probably like a 5-mile radius and stuff. So everyone or most of my clients, I probably had like 5 to 10 clients following me up to my new spot, but most of them stayed down there just because they like things that are close and stuff.
So you taken your solo practice, and we're going to get into more about how you've grown. What was the catalyst, the moment, the idea, the whatever, where you're like, you know what, this is great, but I'm ready to go bigger. I want to take this to something beyond myself. Like, what was that thought process? When did that happen?
Sure. So as far as that goes, well, it had always been, I'd say, like about 5 years before I went solo, 3 to 5 years before I went solo, I had kind of gotten the idea in my head that I wanted to open a wellness practice one day and just had this big dream of like other therapists and people that do things other than what I can do and stuff. And so at that time I just kind of dove into listening to podcasts, reading books, and things like that as much as I possibly could to just kind of gain the knowledge that I'd need one day. And then um, I'm so sorry, I forgot the question. Sorry.
Okay. So what was it that led you, what was the catalyst, the spark, the moment when you realized that you're like, okay, you wanted to create a wellness practice or something bigger than yourself. So as you were saying, it was a few years before you started working for yourself, you had some ideas about what a wellness practice might look like.
Yeah, so what got me to finally like just buckle down and do it was kind of like my lease was coming up in um the spot that I was in down south and stuff, and I had thought about how great it would be to actually live pretty close to where I work and stuff. And so my husband and I, like, I love to look on Zillow and things like that. I found the space that I'm in now and it was for rent. So we contacted a real estate agent and she gave us a tour, and this spot was like everything I had imagined. It had plenty of room for expansion and stuff. There was a sink in every room, which like meant that we could have SDs or just our massage therapist wouldn't be waiting in line to use it and stuff. It was beyond my wildest imagination and stuff. And so it was kind of funny the way that things fell into place. We ended up just biting the bullet and leasing the space and everything. And then from there, it was kind of, we were off. Like I was actually chasing that dream and stuff. So it was, I don't know, it was a very, very exciting time. I still like thinking about it.
And I remember or I guess we'd gotten into contact before when you were a solo practitioner, but we came into
Yeah.
contact again right at this point. I can remember one of our first phone calls was essentially like, okay, we're getting the keys soon. What do I do? Like, okay, I know I have this idea. It's me. I have keys. I have a space. What is going to happen? And I want to talk about. I've really, um, I'm trying to remember the numbers exactly. I mean, you essentially grew from literally zero because you moved locations, a different town, a different building, nothing, having the keys to doing over. I think it was over 9,000, maybe 10,000 a month. Like getting that six-figure level in less than a year, just absolutely speed running, which is insane. I mean, just quite honestly, there's a lot of people. I know I worked with solo practitioners for a very long time. There's a lot of coaches and providers that work with solo practitioners. You know, a level that some people never reach, just quite honestly, or it might take them years to ever reach that place. And you did it in like less than 12 months, actually, I think, or I have to remember it exactly, but it was really, really impressive. So, um, I guess I'll ask the question then. So, what was it that made you reach out to me? We'll start there. What made you reach out to me to say, like, you know what, I think I want some help moving forward?
Oh, I knew I was going to need a lot of help with this. Like I I was scared to be honest and stuff. It was a huge step and I knew that like I needed somebody with just the wisdom, somebody that had been there before. Like I had such minimal experience with marketing. I had like zero experience, I'd say, with like creating processes. I never had to do that for myself. And then just just kind of like helping me find direction in the business and stuff. Not like, hi, I'm here, I'll take anyone and everyone. You really helped me get down to like who am I serving and stuff. And that has really just kind of driven the business and stuff. So now we focus a lot on working with just mothers in the community and stuff, having them come in, just giving them a peaceful, quiet place to relax and get some pain relief and some quiet time and stuff. And without your help, I would have never narrowed it down that much and stuff. And not only that, you helped with hiring as well. And that was something I was like pretty nervous about in the beginning and stuff. Hiring that first practitioner or receptionist, whoever your first hire is going to be, is it's a daunting feeling and stuff. But you helped me like kind of work through it and like narrow down the first people that I was going to hire, and they're still here. So I'm very happy for that.
I'm so glad to hear that. It's been really amazing to watch you go through that. And I'll also just say, like on a more personal note, I think it's been amazing to watch your confidence grow. Like you know what you're doing. Obviously, you reached out to me for help to help you learn more. But kind of watch this person of like, I don't know, maybe this sort of thing. Like, I don't know if this works, but and then you like have done something amazing. I'm like, yes, that is clearly working. You know what you're doing. Please keep doing more of this thing that you're doing.
You
And
have
it's
been so helpful in that regard.
I'm glad I could. I mean, you did the work. So your business has changed a lot. I mean, you've had to shift, you know, you've got more people on the team. I want to ask because there are a lot of people who maybe have that idea, they don't have the experience or they just don't know. I think for the average, let's say massage practitioner, especially if you're hanging out in a Facebook group, most people are just talking about how to be really good at running a solo practice. Now that you've got some more experience under your belt, how would you say your mindset or approach to business has changed, if at all?
Oh, I think it's definitely changed. I'm like you said, I have more confidence. I'm less afraid of just trying new things for the business and stuff. It's kind of like I feel like it doesn't hurt to try. So whatever that is just like throw different things out there, see kind of what sticks and stuff. Like, as far as marketing or things like that, that has been really helpful to just get out of my own way with that and everything. Um, and just, yeah, going from solo to business owner, goodness, I think that just, it's, I don't know, it does feel different. I can't really put my finger on how. It just, you learn, you through the process, you'll gain your confidence and stuff, and it happens like incrementally and everything. You'll take steps to build your confidence to get you to the path where you feel like I'm a business owner now and stuff. And so that has been, it's been a big change and stuff, but it's been little by little over time and everything.
And I'm sure people want to know, like, what is different? So for you, when you think about where you were as a one person business, now as this group practice over owner, what are the things that you stopped doing, let go of, or what are the things that you had to start doing that you weren't doing before?
Sure. Things that I stopped doing, well, I've I've taken your advice. We were probably about 4 months, 4 to 6 months into working with each other and stuff. When I hired my first receptionist, before that, I thought I was the only one that could do that, and I was completely wrong. Like, it has been so nice to have people to help me take that kind of thing off my plate, like answering calls, booking, and that kind of thing. Not to mention just having a little bit more time away from the business too has been nice. Um, and as far as things that I've had to start doing, I'd say I had to learn to be more bold and get myself out there and stuff. In our little town here, we do all kinds of events throughout the summer and stuff. So we'll have like street dances and things like that. And I've had to learn to like get myself out there, talk to the public, and like kind of build up my business and not be so shy that like we're here and stuff. Like, it's more like we're here, we can help you. And that's been a really big game changer for me. I think that a lot of people in massage therapy kind of feel the same way, where like, you want to help people and everything, but you're very, I'd say, just, you don't want to be too salesy about it or anything like that. And it's been that's been a big change, where I have to realize, like, I am here to help people, and I'm not going to be able to help people if nobody knows that I'm here. So, yeah.
And throughout this journey, how has your business changed since we've worked together? I mean, I've seen so much growth so fast. How would you describe it?
Yeah. So, I'd say my highest month as a solo, I probably did about $6,000 or so. Once I moved up to Cambridge here, I started out with zero clients, nobody on the books and stuff. And so going from, it was January of 2023. Um, from then to August, I went from zero to $17,000 months. And now I'm reaching close to $30,000 months. So it has been huge. You have made such an impact in my business, and uh, just helping me with marketing, and like learning how to manage people has been huge. I hadn't had a role like that before, where I was like the manager of anyone. So it's been nice. You've walked me through the different steps of like, this is what to expect when you have like 1 to 3 employees working with you. This is what to expect when it's 5 to like 7 employees working for you. And not to mention, like, that's been very helpful, but you've also walked me through what to expect in different phases of the business. So like how 0 to 10,000, it's like great, awesome, everything's chugging along and stuff like that. And then I think, what was it you called it? Is it like peaks and valleys, or
Yeah, we've got the valley of death of like after you do
yeah.
10,000 and things start to get weird again until they get better.
And you were spot on. Yep. So that's been so helpful, and just having having somebody there to tell you like, okay, this is what to expect. don't freak out too much, or like this is what you can plan for, and like some things that will help while you're kind of going through the weeds with in these certain circumstances and stuff. It's been very, very helpful.
I'm so glad to hear that. And I'm curious, what's surprised you, or is there anything that surprised you or caught you off guard in this whole journey of growing and scaling your group practice?
Yeah, I'd say like so when I first started out and everything, I kind of thought I did the math that I think everyone does, especially before going solo and stuff like that, where you're like, I can make $100 an hour for one service, times that by, like 20 services a week or something, and you get X amount. That math, I don't know. It was a little off for me, where I should have factored in more like payroll and taxes and things like that. It's still like basically you just have to keep an eye on your profit versus your revenue and stuff. And those don't always scale equally to compared to what you're doing in the business and everything. So just keeping an eye on it, and like you figure it out, you work through it and everything. But just it's not something where you're going to take home every last little bit of it or anything like that. So, and being prepared for that is, I think, would be helpful and stuff. So,
Mm.
yeah.
I really appreciate you mentioning that. I think that is one of those things that there's such a big shift going from the solo practitioner to like a group business model. We're thinking about like how much does your business cost? This is where we get into the valley of death. Also, where like there can be a time where the expenses grow faster than revenue because the infrastructure you need is first, and then the business kind of grows into it. But it is a very different thing, and people don't talk about like there are times where you can be negative, there are times where you're just breaking even, and having to get out of that. And I think it's one of those testaments also as well of like getting out of that is, there's a difference between making money and building a business. We want to do both, but they really are different things that happen that you kind of have to learn and go through that no one talks about, definitely not in massage school, and most certainly not to the average solo practitioner. And your business has changed so much. You've got to see all of these really cool things happen. I'm curious about your life. You've made this switch from solo practitioner group practice. You've taken the group practice, gone from zero, had 30K months. How would you say your life has changed throughout this whole journey?
It has definitely changed for the better. Like, I absolutely adore the team that I work with right now, and just like it's been so nice to get to cherry pick people that I want to work with and stuff. As far as personal life, I feel it's I feel so much more confident in things like we said earlier and everything. But it's also I've gotten like some time back for myself and stuff. I feel like I'm working towards something bigger than I ever was when I was working for someone else. Like you talk to any business owner and they say like I could never go back to working for someone else, and it's so true. It's I couldn't imagine doing it. This is my life now, and I love it. I'm gonna stick with it.
Love that. So, what is next for you? I think most entrepreneurs, we get very into this space of we're always thinking about the next thing, maybe a bigger thing, maybe not a bigger thing, but something that's coming up. What's on your horizon? What are you going after lately?
Yeah, I think next I would like to hire more, kind of diversify the services that we offer and everything. So thinking maybe of trying to introduce either like somebody that's in mental health or like chiropractic or something like that. I just kind of want the Cove to be a more well-rounded one-stop shop for like all of your health and wellness needs and stuff, because I think the body and the mind especially, like they really they play together so intricately and stuff. They're so laced together. I think it'd be nice to have something where you go somewhere and your mental health provider knows what your massage therapist is doing, knows what your chiropractor is doing and stuff, and just being able to help people that way.
You've made a lot of progress. It's amazing. I mean, this is one of the things that I love working with clients like you. I love about the kind of clients that I work with, that you guys are realizing um some of the biggest dreams that people have. And then we also get to say, okay, what next? And I think that's just a really cool process. I feel kind of selfish where I kind of look at the industry and I say, I'm just going to chop off like the top 20%. I'm going to take you guys and we're going to go do some really cool stuff. Now, for anyone who might be thinking about scaling their business, they're thinking about growing, they're thinking about taking the similar path. Do you have any advice or insight for them?
Yes, I would say first off, hire DJ because he has been an integral part of the reason I have been able to make it this far. Seriously, I couldn't have done it without you. And secondly, I'd say like you only get one life. If you can try to do it, like try as hard as you can to go after your dreams and stuff. Like you will not regret it. And um try as much as you can to do it with as little debt as you possibly can too, because that's just it's going to free up your decision making process too. And um like scaling, I feel like will be a lot easier without a lot of debt over your head and stuff too. And I understand that, different people are in different situations and stuff that might like be the option that's presented to you and stuff. And I'd say if that's the case, like still try to go for it, but be very, very wise on how you spend that money and stuff. So yeah.
I love this conversation. I've got a few more quick questions. They don't have to have quick answers. One of my first ones, how do you stay inspired and motivated? What like drives you, especially in the days or those moments that just kind of suck?
I'd say just a lot of it boils down to like the clients and those people that I get to work with, where like I mean, I look at it and I'm very, very blessed to be in this position and stuff. And I feel like it's a gift that has been given to me. And I feel like I just have to try to do the best that I can with it and stuff. Like I've worked hard for it, but it's also like I've received a lot of great help. I've met a lot of great people that have helped me. And yeah, it just that helps get you through because you just gotta find things to be grateful for. Everyone has something to be grateful for.
And I'm curious, what's been a challenge that you've faced? Maybe there's a large challenge in getting to this point, and what'd you do to overcome it?
Well, I'd say definitely these days hiring has been a challenge. It's just being in a small town, we don't have access to like as many massage therapists and providers as other places do. I'd say what has helped me overcome it is just well, you helping me put together kind of like scripts and things like that for my job postings and everything. But also just kind of if you're thinking about doing this, just be sure to make your place the place that other massage therapists or wellness providers want to work and stuff. So make sure, like, if you've been in the industry for a while, you've probably worked for some places that have treated you better than others and stuff, and just kind of take what you can from that and mold it into, you know, what what you think will draw others in.
As you think about your life or your business, has there been a resource that stands out to you as being helpful? A book, a course, person, podcast, just whatever, something that really stood out to you as really helpful?
Yeah, aside from like your coaching and stuff, I'd say probably um podcasts. I like the Entre Leadership podcast by Dave Ramsey. He kind of goes into different aspects of business and some things on like structuring businesses. The E-Myth that you introduced to me, that was an amazing book to read. It was very, very helpful. There is one book called Business Secrets of the Bible by Rabbi Daniel Lapin, and that was very helpful. You don't have to be a faith-based person at all to gain something from it. It's just kind of like this worked back then and it'll still work now because there's a lot of things in human behavior that haven't changed too much and stuff. So, yeah.
And are there any final words of advice or wisdom for someone who's wanting to scale, or maybe someone who's thinking about working with me?
Yeah, I would say definitely talk to DJ. Like just reach out. It's not going to hurt at all. It's only going to help your business really. Um, there are so many things that I didn't know before I started to scale, and honestly, I think that's a good thing because like it just it's it's nice to go in it just excited about things and stuff, and things will come up, but it's nice to have somebody by your side helping walk you through this, especially somebody who has worked with so many other business practitioners in your same position and can kind of help you like this worked for them, that worked for somebody else in a similar situation and stuff. It's going to cut so much time off of your growth like it did for mine. Like you said, like I in a year, the way that I've been able to scale and stuff, like I wouldn't have been able to do that unless I had you to help me kind of compare and contrast like what has worked in different spots. Because like you said too, most of the Facebook groups and things like that are geared towards solo practitioners and stuff. There's not a lot of info out there for people looking to scale. So yeah.
Appreciate the kind words, and it's been so amazing to see your journey. It's really just made me so excited. If someone wants to learn more about you, your business, or just reach out to you for whatever reason, where's the best place for them to go?
Yeah, you can go to thecovemassagestudio.com. That's our website. Otherwise, we're pretty active on Instagram too. It's just the Cove Massage Studio. And yeah, feel free to reach out if you have any questions and stuff, or if you have any questions about working with DJ, I'd be happy to answer those too.
Thank you again so much. And thanks everyone watching, listening, however it is you're consuming this. That's all for this conversation today. I hope to see you guys around again. Take care.